you're speaking in front of an audience, you start to kind of calculate where you are and how your speech is being received. Maybe you've experienced that before if you've been up here. And when I was in Toastmasters many years ago, remember I got up in front of an icebreaker. I was doing one of those speeches called an icebreaker. You just talk about yourself. And the nice about Toastmasters is you can do that. So I was going out on my speech. I said, well, I'm a secretary right now, and I'm working at Arthur Andersen, and it's really a great place to work, and I really enjoy it, and it's really a wonderful thing to do, and I like it a lot, and it's really enjoyable. And after a while, I was noticing that it's kind of losing the audience. I mean, they're polite about it, right? It's Toastmasters. But still, it's kind of losing the audience. And what happens when this occurs, in the experience, you sort of try to like speak faster, hoping that it'll going to get better as time goes on. Maybe you've done that. So I said, yeah, I was good. I'm a secretary, and it's really great and really enjoyable to be there. Maybe you've done that before, and I really like doing it. It's just I enjoy doing it because I go in there and I get people's things, and I get their travel, and I get their expenses, and I handle it every day. And I suddenly realized that there are people who are politely, dozing off, and I didn't know quite what to do about it. I mean, they didn't really fully doze off. They just had that kind of glazed look. You know that glazed look when you just kind of like, you're in front of a movie you're not really quite into, and it just kind of keeps going on and on and on, and you just can't get out of there? Well, that's how the whole audience was looking. And then just afterwards I thought, well, that didn't go well at all. I couldn't figure out why. I thought, why? And I go up there, and I'm talking about myself, and all these sort of things. Things are important to me. I know they're important. It's my whole job. It's my whole life. It's what I do. Why don't I have that interest, that involvement, that excitement? What's the matter? And then it got me kind of depressed. Well, maybe it's something the matter with my life, or the way I'm doing things, or I'm just not really up there. I'm just not really good enough. So I came back later on and do another speech, and the whole thing started again. Talked about what I was doing, and I really enjoyed, and I was traveling, and I've been to these places, and I've been over here, and I've been over there, and it just kept on going on and on and on. People were polite, they were engaged, but they just weren't really there. And I was frustrated, because I knew there was something wrong. I knew there was something not working. I didn't know what it was. Maybe you had that experience before. You're in front of people, and you know it's not quite working, you're not quite sure what's going on. So after 2 speeches, just got really discouraged, didn't know what to do. Finally, I just stopped. I went to quit speaking for a while. So I just didn't feel up to doing it. I just didn't feel like I was really getting anywhere. I really was applying it to it. Maybe you've had that feeling. And so after a while, the guy who was in charge of this club, actually, Extreme Toastmasters, Rocky Romero, who Michelle knows very well.
Not very well, but I met him.
Yeah, you met him before, yes. Guy with black hair, about this tall. He's a salesman, really good salesman. Talked to me afterwards. Says, Tim, you aren't giving speeches anymore. What's the matter? I said, well, Rocky, I talk about what I'm doing up there, and I go on, but people just don't seem interested, don't seem really involved. He says, well, Tim, it's just not really their fault. You see, the thing is, you keep on talking about I did this and I did that. I said, well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to talk about me and what I'm doing, and that's the whole thing up there. He says, well, actually, Tim, there's something really important than you, more important than you up there. That's your audience. Tim, the most important word you can use up there is the word you. It's the word your audience is dying to hear, but doesn't get enough. Maybe you've had that experience. You're going through a speech, you're hearing somebody going on and on and on. You keep thinking, this doesn't relate to me. It doesn't really involve me. It doesn't really part of my life. It's not really part of who I am. And you just kind of tune it out. Not to be rude, not to be impolite, not to be doing these nasty, but you tune it out. So it's not really for you. But if you use the word you, use the you in your speech, all of a sudden you can find things kind of changing, transforming, pull people in, getting them involved. And that's what Rocky taught me. Importance of using the you. The most important word you can use is the word you. And you can use it wherever. You can even use it in table topics. Most people don't. When you ask a question and you say, what do you think about it? You say, well, I like this and I like that, and it's okay. But you can even go beyond that. Say, well, there are many different things you might like, and here's the things I like, and just kind of have that conversation in the audience by using the you. The great thing with the word you is it creates this conversation in the audience. It's back and forth. So I started doing that. Started using the word you. And all of a sudden, I noticed the audience got more engaged, got more interested, pulled them in, involved them just by using that magic 3-letter word in place of I. Now, of course, if you say I did this, that's fine. But then, have you ever had that experience? Or, if you've never had this experience before, that's where I was. Find out a way to use the you and pull it. Then once you do that, very simply, you'll engage your audience, you'll pull people in, you'll involve them, and you'll be able to create speeches very quickly, very little notice at all, because half of it isn't you, half isn't you the speaker, a lot of it is simply connecting with the audience and having a conversation. So we talked about it earlier, Natalie. Just have a conversation, then there's no pressure on you. You don't have to perform up here. I got something to share, it's going to help you bring people to a natural conversation. You pull them in. It's very simple. So, you really want to involve people. Remember, the most important word in speaking is using the you. Woo!
Tim, you did a great job.